attend online every class. Okay, right. So the course is about the daylighting. So we will cover daylighting design concept, which we are actually talking about them right now. Come on in, Madeline. Solar positions. I'm having a meeting with another student. Okay, right. So just help yourself. Daylight availability, scale luminance, distribution model, daylight delivery methods, physical modeling, and computer analysis techniques, and the integration of the daylight with electrical lighting controls. If you look at the course description, this course is actually not a fundamental course. This is an advanced lighting course. Okay, so I basically hope my students can have some lighting knowledge before they came to the class. They can need again the knowledge from physics courses. This is physics 2, or from another building environmental course offered in KU. But since you are not on campus, you just admitted to KU, so I believe you probably have not taken these building environmental courses before. Have you taken any similar courses before?
Yes, sir. I have taken physics. And
yeah, you have taken what? I'm sorry, you get a cut off a little bit.
I have taken physics.
Have you taken any you have taken physics 2?
Yes, sir.
This is physics 2, not physics 1.
Yeah, I have taken both.
Did you take it in? Okay. Then have you taken any building environmental systems courses? For example, building lighting, daylighting, acoustics, thermal comfort, insulation, envelope, those kind of building environmental systems. Have you taken any of those?
I think the name of the classes are not the same in my previous school. Like in TEMOC we have a different name, but I think we had used like the sandbath diagrams and
of course.
Yeah, the sandbath diagrams we had used it. And
what does it called? The course?
It's the Intro to Architecture. Intro to Architecture Development.
Okay, Intro to Architecture. Okay, Intro to Architecture. Right, but Intro to Architecture is probably like the 100 level class, right?
Yes,
100 level. So you probably won't cover much about the building environmental systems. Yeah. Can you send me a transcript? Because I don't have a list of the courses you have taken before. Do you have that?
Sure, yeah, I can send you.
Okay, right. I mean, if I agree you, right? If I agree you to attend this class, take this class with me online, because it might be challenging for you to take it online. This is not a 100% online course. We do have like hands-on work. We have actually a lot of hands-on work. We have field management. We have laboratory work. So if you want to take this course online, since you are in Kuwait right now, you need to team up with my current in-person student, so you can finish all the assignments. Okay. For you to do that, I need to make sure you are ready and you are truly interested in this class. Is that a deal?
Yes, sir. I'm interested in taking this course, and I'm not. I don't have too much load.
Yeah.
Actually, it's only one course I'm taking here, and I think it's good. I can focus.
Okay. All right. You have received a certificate in solar energy, right? That's excellent because we are actually talking about solar energy all the time. So I think that will help you, right? That's no problem. So if you look at these topics here, you see we have the 6 topics: daylighting concept, availability, delivery method and controls, performance evaluation and design, simulation and design tools, and the integration. We are talking about the concepts right now. So you still have to catch up. So it's not a problem. Okay. Right. So the teaching formula will be like this. You will take the course online with us. So every time when I'm here, teaching the class, I will also open the Zoom link, and then I will record the course, and so you can have a video record. If you want to go back to watch the video again, you can always do that. And then you also take the course synchronously with us at the same time. Will this format work with you?
Sure, I can attend at 5 p.m. It's good time. I can attend like that Monday and Wednesday at 5 p.m. I think it's good. Right?
Right. Monday will you be right. Do you think taking it on Zoom will be convenient for you, like we are doing right now? So I will share, for example, I will share my screen with you when I talk to my class in person.
Yes.
And then you can also listen to me and then ask me questions anytime. And then you also finish the take-home assignments on time. And then if you have any field management classes, I will try to open the Zoom and get you involved. But basically, you cannot be here physically, so we will have to rely on the in-person students to do the field management. But you can participate in the data treatment. Well, that'd be good.
Sure. So I can participate when in the office hour or.
We don't have specific time scheduled for the office hour. You see, if you have any questions, you can easily ask me before class or after class, or you can tell me you have a question so we can meet on Zoom anytime. Right.
Okay.
Since you are not here in person, so I think you can just meet me on Zoom. Okay.
All right. Sure.
Make sense?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So the class actually starts right now. So I'm going to record my video, on Zoom, and then you can take the class the first time. And if you are having any problems, just let me know after class. Okay?
Thanks.
All right. So let me try to share my screen with you, and then we will start. Let me actually share this one. Record. Wait, we need to record first, and then share the screen. Guys, give me just 1 minute, all right? I will finish this. Okay, code on this computer.
Recording in progress.
I think we just started. All right, so let me share my screen one more time. Joseph, did you see my screen of the PowerPoint slides?
I think I cannot see. Yes.
Oh, you cannot see?
Yeah, I can see.
Oh, you can see right now?
Yes.
Can you see it right now? Like this?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, good. If you cannot see, just speak up, because if you raise your hand, I cannot see you sometimes. Okay, right. Let me turn back to my in-person student. We have one student coming, so maybe you can start and then we can wait for her at the same time. I was talking with a potential online student, He is actually in Kuwait right now 5 p.m. local time. So very special student. So he's going to take the classes with you guys, but apparently he cannot be here on person, on campus in person. So field management or any hands-on work you guys have to do, and then he can participate by doing the data treatment capabilities. Okay, right. So let me actually talk about the daylighting. I think we started this last time, and then why daylighting. We also talk about this. Right? Let me actually start from the beginning. Why daylighting? Before I start the class, I forwarded a conference message to you guys. He likes me in Dallas, Texas, in September sometime. And if you guys are interested, this is held by the International Association of Lighting Designers. If you guys are interested to participate, they will offer you free registration. See if you're interested. I mean, you don't have to be there. If you're interested, you can go, and then just let me know. Right? So we talked about daylighting last time. Oh yeah, before I talk about daylighting, I actually need to review the course progress with you because that's the tradition, right? So course progress, which is very important. So let me get you there. Okay, so you see we are in chapter 1 right now, and we have started last week, and then we are in the second class. We have one more class this coming Monday. I believe I probably will finish the chapter 1 lecturing today, so I will cover the case studies a little bit. But since you guys have you picked your project, you want to self-study? Okay, you did, right? If you haven't, then it's time for you to go there and pick it up. If you go to the canvas, you go to chapter 1, case study of lighting project, sign up sheets here. You see, if you click on the sign up sheets, actually I can click on right now. Yeah, we just had a dialog you sign up. So you two can sign up, and then now student can now sign up, and then you will pick the project like you want to. Hey, Amy, come in. We just talked about the lighting project, famous lighting project in the world. It's time for you to think about which one you might study. And then talk about in class. Okay. So since today we will still cover the chapter 1, the major lectures. And then Monday, it's actually like almost a few days away. Will that be possible? You guys can talk about the case studies of those projects on Monday, September 9th. I think it will take maybe half an hour to 1 hour to prepare. Why I want to do that? Because I basically will finish the lecture today. And then Monday, if I don't have you guys talking about here, then I will start chapter 2. But I think it will be ahead of time. So maybe it's better for you guys to probably do it here. And Yosef, you will also recommend to pick a project and then talk online. Okay, I will explain to you a bit later after the class. So the actual take-home assignment A1 will be due September 16th. So you still have a lot of time to finish that after the class starts. I don't want to say it's a presentation because it will be a very informal, occasional, and casual talk. You can either use a PowerPoint slide if you like, or you can just open the PDF and talk on the screen. Whatever form you like. Right. Okay, and then let's go back to the PowerPoint slide. Okay. So last time we talked about the purposes, objectives of daylighting. Why we need to do daylighting, right? So we talked about so many different advantages of them. Right. The first one will be LED is actually a for dynamic range lighting, which is the best of the best. All the artificial light sources, they are just unlimited with LED spectrum. So compared to LED, artificial lighting is not that good. Okay, and then you can reduce the energy consumption. Here, we have some tips. We will reduce energy consumption not only by reduce the use of the electrolyte, but also reduce the heat and cooling. Like if you do the dieting correctly, or if you do the dieting properly, you will just increase the energy consumption for heat and cooling. So this is a trade-off. So we have to be very careful. That's why when we do when we learn dieting, we actually need to learn natural ventilation and building mechanical systems at the same time. If you don't have any knowledge of the building mechanical systems like the HVAC, cooling load, heating load, I think it will be a little bit difficult for you to understand how can we design the energy to reduce the energy bill. But since you guys already in those courses, I understand you can understand it very well. And Yosif, I believe you have taken those courses too, so it's not a problem. We can cover this part, right? Then the next reason why we need to reduce the LED will be reduce the peak demand. I explained to you last time. Because during the peak demand of the power, the only thing you can turn off is the electrolyte system. You are really not supposed to turn off any other equipment, right? Because if you turn off the HVAC, people will complain. If you turn off your machine or any equipment, like the medical equipment, then you will have the functional problems. So only artificial light sources can be safely turned off during the peak demand when they're close to the window. And then you can also reduce the energy by using the energy use intensity, EUI, which is kilo BTU per square feet, typically used in the United States. In other countries, we probably will use kilowatt hour per square meter, right? That's similar, but they're not exactly the same numbers, but you can convert them. Yeah. View. Another important psychological need of the battery is that we need a view to connect ourselves with the nature. Yeah. That's one of the best reasons for daylighting. Whenever you do daylighting, you should consider providing views to the users. Because if you don't, it's not, I would say it's not daylighting to me. It's more like another type of electrolighting, but using solar energy. We do have those kind of options for basement. For example, if you have a basement very in ground and you want to get some sunlight coming into the space, but you probably don't have the view to outside because it's in the ground, then I would say it's still part of the daily, but you will miss the view. It's important. Yeah. We also talk about other benefits, but this is a summary page. So if you look at the order, the first one, the top benefit of daylighting will be for your health, right? To improve your visual and psychological health and enhance your efficiency. That's the top reason. Second reason will be the view to outside, and then reduce energy consumption will be actually the third or minus. I know a lot of people, they don't care much about this too, and they just care about the energy reduction. That's for them. But for me, with the background of architecture, I believe human health, human needs, technological comfort will be the top. And then view to outside will be the second, and then you can consider to reduce energy. Okay. If we have a choice here, say, hey, how about I give you option. Either have a view to outside or you pay $10 more for your energy consumption each month. You pick one. Which one you want? For me, I would like to pay $10 more to get one. I don't like to sacrifice my view to outside with reduction of $10 in the bill each month. Because for me, providing a visual size will be much more important than me touching on the energy consumption. Okay. Of course, most of the time you can achieve both. Actually, it's not an option. But sometimes if you do have to sacrifice one, I would say, hey, how about people view your side and you pay more bills? Unless you figure it out, to me, I would say, energy consumption should have a precondition without sacrificing the human health. If you sacrifice the human health, you can achieve a lot of energy savings. Do you remember like, hey, we don't care about your color, we don't care about your visual task. Then I will get you like a single color, low pressure, sodium color, yellow light. 100% you're comparing, but you save a lot of energy. What's the point, right? You save a lot of energy, but you sacrifice the living quality of the space. Then it's not good. Okay. And then you are considered to increase the productivity, improve the building appearance, those kind of like extra advantages. Okay. So keep this list in your mind because I truly hope you guys, when you graduate and then go to the industry or any other work positions, you should satisfy human needs first, not the energy consumption. Other daily benefits, since daily has been dynamic all the time, so daily can actually offer you very nice changes and varieties, give you excitations. For this window, it's like strip window, so we do have a shadow over there on that wall, and that shadow actually will change over time. You guys will have the opportunity to do a measurement of the angle when we talk about the solar position. But right now, you can just remember, sun moves over time, and your shadows of the sunlight or the sunshine inside your building space will also change over time, which is actually very preferred by a lot of people. We like, although the sunlight actually give us some trouble sometimes, like if you're sitting downstairs, you have glare, right? Hey, have you sit downstairs for a while and did some observations? Then you will understand how painful sometimes the sunlight is shining on your computer screen. You basically cannot see anything except the sun reflection. Again, modeling will be another benefit. Sunlight effects, this is like rapid effects. So you can use sunlight, especially infrared light, the UV light. Your sunlight has infrared light to cure your skin disorders or to avoid some like other problems or to cure some diseases. Right. For example, if you get like jet lag, it's not a disease, but it's more like a very common problem for every people when you had a trip from overseas. You will feel so messed up in the security season. So if you go outside in the daytime, to say play outside for a couple of hours, you will recover from the jet lag very soon. Okay. If you keep inside, you will probably take a longer time. For your age, I was saying, jet lag recovering time might be 3 days before week. See how soon you are. And for my age, might be 1 week. For your grandparents, might be longer time, but for them, it doesn't matter much. Right? For babies, they also have a few days. Yeah. Different people have different recovering time, but generally, your age will be the like population recover very soon. Okay. But if you play outside, I'm sure you will recover probably a couple. Color, we also talk about daylight has the most reliable color rendering performance because we always give daylight CRI value 100. Right. CRI value is short for color rendering index, which is a metric used to evaluate how true the color is rendered under a light source. Okay. Right. Other challenges related to daylight will be glare, which is the top one. Because daylight, especially sunlight, will very easy produce glare to the people. Yeah. And then I'm on solar here again. Daylight and dynamic nature sometimes this will bother people, especially if you are in a space with a need of constant or relatively stable lighting environment. Then data might not be the perfect thing. For example, if you go to a museum and gallery space, museums they have very strict requirements on the light levels. The UV have very low light levels to protect the artwork. Except for the UV light, which should be avoided inside of the museum. The changing of the natural light inside the museum is always the water. Yeah, because that's against the purpose in the gallery space. Another challenge will be the specification and control of electric lighting for energy saving. For example, this space, although I turn on my electric lighting, but I'm actually wasting my energy. For example, nobody is sitting over there. I should turn off that too, but I don't have an option. I have only one space. And then for this part, because you don't need probably much electric lighting. And you probably need a little bit, and I need it more. But I cannot control that. Okay, so this is a problem for the electric lighting control. Because whenever you do integration with data, you have to set different zones for electric lighting. Otherwise, you just cannot do the job. A bad example is over there, I mentioned to you so many times. If you look up, sometimes all the lights on the cities are just turned on. What's the point? They should turn off at least half of them, right? So that's a challenge. Why we having this kind of problems for the control of electric lighting to integrate this data just because people, especially the designers, they are not well trained, or even they know this, they don't care much about it. That's a problem. Or if they know and then they have the limit of the budget, they don't have the money to do that sometimes. That doesn't mean that people don't know you have to turn like separately in different zones just because they don't have the money. Then they say, oh yeah, how about we just sacrifice the energy consumption over time, and then they actually don't save anything. You know why? Like, if you look at the entirely together, if you look ahead at the light sources, you see most of them actually present chips, right? You won't see much LED sources. I mean, in my life, they're all LED because I purposely request them. I've requested all by myself. I mean, I hired a electric engineer. But why, let me ask you a question. Why those architects, they understand using LED will save them energy, but they still use flash? Why? It's not the fault. Is it cheaper? Yes. It's cheaper in the first beginning, in the upfront. The upfront cost will be much cheaper. And another reason is the deep is that the maintenance cheaper is a different group of people. So the budget for maintenance is not the data. It's not the architect problem. So they don't worry much about the maintenance costs. So the architect will say, okay, since I have this amount of money for my project to build the building here, right? But then I don't have money to care about it. What about 5 years later, 3 years later? That's another group's problem. So they just fix it there, right? And then they give the headache to the maintenance. So that's a problem, right? That's actually a problem. But typically in residential buildings, we don't have this problem, right? Because the owner of the house, he has to pay those bills, so he will care about this. But if this is a commercial business, if you have different people taking care of different budgets, then you will really have this problem. Then we should have another guy above those people do the coordination and then manage this labor. So in your future job, you will run into a situation you have to make a decision. Should I benefit my short-term goal or should I benefit the long-term goal which I have no control? Then that's your choice. Okay. But I will say you should be responsible in that case. Even you have no choices, then at least you can speak up, say, using Verizon will put a financial burden on the maintenance people, so they will understand, right? Okay, glare. We talked about glare in the last class so many times, so you will see for the daylight situations, we actually have a very common problem of disability glare, which is different from the electrolyte. Because electrolyte is very rare, you will have disability glare in that environment. Why? Because typical lighting designers or just architect or any people that layout in they will have the layer cut off. Yeah, so it's not easy for you to see exactly the disability grading, which will brand your eyes. It's not very common. Discomfort in your electrolyte design, but the data design disability grade is actually very common. Because the sun, they come in, they don't have any controls, then you just have the problem of disability grade anyway. Yeah. If you sit downstairs, you will experience this kind of disability gradient. You will also have discomfort gradient problems as well. So actually, a gradient problems in a daily environment is more challenging than electrolyte because electrolyte we can lay out the layers wisely so we can avoid this, right? But in a daily situation, sun moves differently every day, every second. Then you have to control for the whole year, sometimes which is very difficult. Okay, for example, if you have a window facing west instead of facing north, you basically have a big headache regarding the visibility gradient in the afternoon and also regarding the increased solar heat in the afternoon. Okay, we will talk about how to avoid that later. Human reactions to glare. This is a challenge because when you see the glare coming through the window from the sun, most likely you will put down the curtains or turn off the blinds, right? To avoid them. But the problem is that when you do that, you lost the connection in the outside, so you don't know what's going on outside. And then 2 hours later, when the glare problems has been removed, you just don't know, and then you forget to turn them up or turn them off. Yeah. So that's a problem. Another possible reason is that human being by nature we are lazy. Okay. So sometimes we just don't feel so comfortable sitting here under the electrolytes. We totally forgot, oh yeah, we have data outside, we should use more data. So we haven't realized that. So that's the problem. So if possible, I personally prefer we should have the automatic control of the data systems for people, not rely on the manual way. But if you use automatic control, then you have another problem because the technology will fail. Then you will compare. A lot of people compare. For example, some like famous study projects, maybe you will see one of them in the collection that have some big glare problems because they did not do very good density control on the number. Then they end up like using the manual way to block the sunlight, and then they just basically ruined all the design objectives of the data. So you will find one or two examples in that collection, and then you probably can present to them, right? On one solar heat gain, or you lost the one solar heat gain in winter. So this is another typical problem associated with data. I believe you guys will easily understand this because in summer, when your sunlight is high, when your sun is high, I should say, you actually have a lot of solar heat gain. But if you don't have a shade or a roof drop off to block the solar heat gain coming into space, you will have the unwanted solar heat gain in the sun. Fortunately, since the sun is high, we can easily block it off, right? Except for the early morning and late afternoon. Because for the early morning, late afternoon, if you want to design the shade to cover the sunlight, you have to have a huge size shade to do that. We actually did some like design here in Lawrence. We tried to predict in the computer simulation class. We tried to predict or design a shade to block the sunlight coming to the building facing south. See like how big the shade could be. if we put a time from like 7 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we basically need to share the whole long size. I mean, actually, no sense, right? You probably don't do that. So later on, when we have the design chapters, then we will come to this point. How can you guys design a shade which will be actually cost effective, doable, and still will be functional to block the sunlight in the time period you don't want the sunlight coming back. In winter time is opposite. So you want the solar heat to come into your space in winter, but sometimes you don't want the sunlight, the visible sunlight coming to your space because the layer problems. You just want the heat. So we have to use some spatial resin materials to do that. We will talk about this later. But this is a challenge, but this is actually not a technical difficulty because we do have solutions over there. We can easily achieve those goals without causing any problems. Dynamic lectures, this is another challenge. Daylighting design needs to respond to varying daylighting levels on exterior surfaces of building. So I have full data graphics here. One is in Houston, Texas. Another one is in Minneapolis, Minnesota. They are in different climate zones. Make sense? Right. So if you look at this, you will see this is June. I mean, the dark blue line is June, and the black line, the dashed line is September, and the red line is December. So you will have the average horizontal illuminance on your surface, which should be outside, right, without any obstructions, in a curve like this, which makes sense, because this is the time. This is sunrise, sunset. Horizontally, if you talk about horizontally, you will have the maximum horizontal daylight, sunlight coming into your horizontal surfaces at the noon, which makes sense, right? And if you look at the another location, Minneapolis, it has a similar trend that the light levels will be low because Minneapolis is on the north side compared to Houston, Texas, which also makes sense, right? And this chart is actually talking about the vertical illuminance on the window. Okay. Then if you look at the trend, you see they have different orientation of windows. This blue line is facing north, and the dashed line is the window facing south, and the red line is the window facing east, and the green line is the window facing west, and the gray line is the overcast sky. Overcast sky. Under that sky conditions, the orientation of the window doesn't matter much. Yeah. So if you look at this curve, you will see, for example, if you have a window facing east, you will have the maximum vertical illuminance come to your window horizon around maybe 8 to 9 o'clock, not at noon. Why is not at noon? Because you can imagine if you have a window vertically, and you have to put a meter on the window horizon and measure the sun coming through the window. You certainly want to have the highest level when your sun is above the window, right? And it won't be the sunrise time moment too. So you will have the maximum around 9 o'clock, which makes sense. But if you have a different window, for example, facing west, then you have a maximum value in the early afternoon or late afternoon, depends on the location. It might be 3 to 4 o'clock. Yeah. But if you look at the window facing north, that's the dark blue line, you actually will see a sketch curve here, which you probably don't expect. You see, you actually don't have the maximum levels at noon. You actually have the maximum levels around 7 o'clock in the morning or around 7 o'clock in the afternoon. You know why? For a window facing north. Let's easily use this model here as example. Say we have the windows here, right? So this is south. So if I rotate my window like this way, facing north, your sunrise in the summertime will be right here, sunrises, and then move above the window behind the window, then move again back to the west side, and then this time we'll you follow the window. That's easy. Yeah. And if you look at the another location, because the location difference, you see this trend is still the same, but it's a different altitude. I mean the magnitude, different intensity. You see. Yeah. So it's possible because your date of the year, or because of the time of that day, or because of the citation is different. Then you will have different distributions. Another one is that if you have window facing the south, yeah, which we talked about, right, you will still have the vertical light maximum levels achieved in noon, which makes sense because if you have the window facing the south, in the early morning your sun is basically on the side, right? And in the afternoon your sun is also on the side, but in the noon your sun will be right above the window on the top. So you will get the maximum. Okay. Then for the overcast day, you see, since the overcast day, you don't have a visible sun in the sky, so you will have the maximum vertical light levels at the noon time, which makes sense. Yeah. And then electrolyte controls, we will talk more about this later over time. Basically, you already learned this from the 650 class. So for you to do the daylight harvesting, you basically need to turn off electrolytes whenever you don't need the electrolytes. For example, when you have sufficient daylight coming to this space in the area close to the window, those lamps should be turned off. The deep space, you still need those electrolytes on because your daylight contribution is very small. And in the middle, you should dim the electrolytes. So you can have the total light levels will be kind of stable across the space. So that's just the concept. Okay. Controls, we can use like overhang, we can use horizontal overhang or close shade. We can also use vertical fin or also called vertical shade. Or sometimes we have a drop on the edge. Why do you want to do that? Because you can actually reduce the depth from the wall to the edge of the shade, but you can still keep the same shading performance. Right. Or you can tilt them down a little bit. So you can also have the same performance, but you don't have to do a L-shaped shade device. Do you think tilt them up will be a good idea? I mean, I have to see, right? Because you don't actually do much shading. If you tilt them up, for example, if you have sun just outside our window, if you tilt it down, yeah, it will block the sunlight. But if you tilt up, it was the point. Your sunlight will come in. So we don't team up much. And the brands, you can use outdoor brands or indoor brands. Yeah. Indoor brands will be the most commonly used solutions. You use them every day. Daylighting design. So let's talk about this. Daylighting design is actually a very complicated process. It's not like some like process you can get it done by a single discipline expert. For example, mechanical engineers. I don't believe mechanical engineers, if they don't have any daylighting knowledge or they haven't taken any courses in architecture-related disciplines, they will do the daylighting design very well. No. They probably care much about the energy reduction and then how to avoid cooling load and heating load increase over the whole year. So that's the problem actually. So if you look at this chart, you will see daylighting systems will be related to so many different aspects. For example, daylight view and apertures. This is basically a window or skylight, right? And then related to gradient selections, sun control devices. Sun control devices mean those kind of shade or blind or whatever you think you can have. We have a lot of different control devices. I will talk about them in different chapters. Then daylight redirection devices. This is more like the sunlight devices can redirect the sunlight to a different direction. For example, redirect the sunlight received on the roof down to the base. Those kind of complex. We will talk about them later. Moon surface properties. Hey, why this matter? Moon property? Surface property? Yes, it matters a lot. For example, if I paint my whole line, this into a dark color like I did in my background, you will probably have only half of it that was coming to your prototype because you lost most of the reflections of the wall. Makes sense to you? So this actually makes a lot of sense. And this is actually the cheapest solution. For example, you worry about, my space has insufficient daylight in my deep space. Instead of trying to hire somebody to open your window, change your window from a small one to a big one, or change your grading materials from some regular glass to some high transmitters glass materials. How about you consider to paint your surface? You can save actually 80% of the cost. Yeah. Wood geometries, furniture, and partitions, this kind of layout will also matter. Right now, you have a window over there, right? Let's say a city person like me, right? Well, hey, I'm going to have a partition wall. Sit right here, block with have windows. So you guys sit over here, have no direct space. Right? That is city. Say if I have to have a furniture like a desk or a computer, the partition wall I have to set up here. Well, that would be nice if I set the partition wall perpendicular to window rather than parallel to window. Because if you set the partition wall perpendicular to the window, you basically don't block much daylight coming into space. But if you do like this, so you block most of the deep space. So that's a difference. Okay. Building plans, forms, orientation, this will be the starting point. Whenever you design a building, you will start from the plan, form, orientation. If you do not do the job correctly for design purposes, in the first beginning, on the first day, on day one, you will spend a lot of extra money to fix it. We will talk about this later. Right? I will give you a lot of examples. Lighting control systems, this is artificial lighting control systems to integrate with daylight, right? So if you look at this, you see daylighting system design, you have to take care of all of them. It's not just like a single system. This is just a system wise. We also consider about the human health, psychological needs, those kind of human reactions, right? So if you consider a scope much larger than this, you will see daylighting design is actually a very complicated process. And I hope you guys can learn from me and discuss how to do daylighting design, which yes, basically the daylighting design is a very challenging process. If you do it wisely, you do it correctly, you will have a much better space to live, and you will save a lot of energy, and you will also have a much better practice to develop in-house. Right? So they're all related. Okay. Here, possible performance benefits, downsize mechanical systems. If you do the solar heat gain correctly, you will downsize HVAC. Right. Higher efficiency mechanical systems. If you use those more efficient systems, you will use less energy. You can spend less. Elimination of parameter heating systems. This is for some space in cold zone. Say if you have the daylighting windows design so nice, you basically can reduce the heating load in the peripheral area of your building because the solar heat will make it up. Okay, you will have solar heat and use that space. Synergistic relation with other strategies like the natural ventilation, cooling, building integrated PV systems, etc. This is always tied together with different people of different background in a single class. Like for example, natural ventilation. I will talk about this later. When you do the daylight design, you actually need to work with natural ventilation systems as well, because they are integrated by itself. For example, I design a window. Secondly, you will design a window, make it openable for natural ventilation, right? Or you design a window like for daily purposes, but you design another window just for natural ventilation purposes. So they are closely related. You don't want to separate them. You don't want to say, I'm going to design my building and then I will build my natural ventilation later. No, you will mess it up. Okay. Suitability.
Recording in progress.
Because that's for your health, for your human factors, for your human health, for your benefits. But sometimes we do have limitations. For example, some museums, they, for some reasons, they just hate it. Even you tell them, oh, we are going to block all the UV light, block all the infrared light, they still avoid it for that purpose. Or for some buildings, they don't have a very good budget, they have insufficient budget. In that case, they say, oh yeah, since we don't have money for all you propose to do for the institutions, how about we just pay for it? So that's an answer. So we have a few attributes for the space which we consider you should get better done for that space. So they are included high occupancy. If you have a space with a lot of people sitting over there, you should do that because you will get the most benefit for that space from the data. Okay? Or critical visual tasks, for example, if you do painting or drafting, you guys took the design studio course. You learn how to do drafting right here. If you do those kind of visual tasks, you prefer to have a daylight available in your space because daylight can do the most critical jobs, like color rendering, show the details. Artificial light source is limited. Okay. Another attribute will be the occupants of wide age range. For example, young children, young men, parents, grandparents, they're all in the same space. You can consider to have this data because data will take care of very nice. Yeah. Artificial light sources have limitations because artificial light sources, although they are very easy to control, but artificial light sources don't have a full spectrum. Right? Artificial light sources, since they're close to you, sometimes you may feel glare, or artificial light sources may be just too bright for something. Right? High electrical lighting loads. This one means, hey, if you have to consume a lot of power during the big demand time moment, then you should consider that to reduce that. Because you cannot reduce or turn off other equipment. You're not supposed to. High cooling load, if you have high cooling load, you should do the editing wisely. Why? Because the editing, for example, if you have a window facing the north, so you don't have to worry about the solar heat, you can actually reduce the cooling load a lot. Okay. Needed to connect it to the outdoor environment? Yeah, of course. This is a first priority of my preferences. Whenever you have the view outside requirement, you should get the daylighting design realized for that space because that's the best way for you to do. If you want to do the this kind of mental health promotion, then you also need to consider that. For example, assisted living space, assisted living facilities. We have a few on West Lawrence. We visited like almost 10 years ago. Do you think that will be very beneficial for those grandparents? The need, why? Because some grandparents, they are sitting on the wheelchair or they are limited capabilities to move outside. So they have very short time exposed to the sunlight. Different from you. You get out and come to school, you're always exposed to outside sunlight like that. For them, they have very limited. So your daily design will be a very critical part to promote the health, mental need, physical need, and mental need. So consider that. So they are all like the attributes considered well suited for daily design. Okay, but I want to emphasize one time. For me, every single space should consider for daily unless you have party market. Because daily is free to use, right? You don't have to turn on the electrolyte anymore. Type of the spaces well suited for daily include corporation offices, conferences room, break room, lobbies, corridors, cafeterias, atrium, or some like educational institutional buildings, classroom offices, conference rooms, gym, corridor, lobbies, atrium, or retail stores, like the big box, these are like the Costco, Walmart, malls, post offices, specialty stores like the car dealership. Why those matters? Because they have a huge space. If you want to light up the space with only electrolyte, you actually need to you have to be electrolyte. You don't have to. Right? Model unit of residential buildings, kitchen and bathroom, which were considered. So there are like just a few examples, right? You can consider. Ideal building types include museum, airport, warehouses, hospital, houses of worship. Whenever you have the availability of the data, you should consider data, especially for museum. You may say museum, wait, they hate data, yes. But if they can control the utility and inflate, they also are welcome data. But you just need to do your job very nicely and accurately. Because if you mess it up, museum will get some problems in the artwork. Okay, so let me test you quickly. Joseph, you can also answer those questions if you could. First one. Will human eyes get used to daylight? Is that true? Yes, right? Because since you were born, you get used to daylight. Or for the human being, we get used to daylight over millions of years. An evolution process, right? Yeah, that's why you will see the trees as green, and the green line has a high sensitivity curve to your eyes. So we get used to it. Okay. Does daylight enclose useful information of season and time? Of course, right. No damage to all materials? No, right? Because UV light, even like visible light sometimes, or infrared light, they will damage certain materials, depends on which materials. So this is a concern for museum all the time, right? This is also very important for you to avoid daylight for some special materials. Does daylight have full and constant spectrum? It's a tricky question. You say no. How about you? No. How about you? True. How about you? No. How about you, Joseph? Do you think daylight has full and constant spectrum?
I think true.
True? Okay, all right. So we get like half. So the tricky like it's true for full, but it's not constant. So it's true and false, both of them, right? So all of you are correct. Daylight has full spectrum, but not constant spectrum. Remember, daylight is changing all the time. It's dynamic, right? Render true color of materials. Of course, daylight is the most reliable color renders. Free to use without glare. It's free to use, but sometimes we have glare and very strong glares, so it's not true. And then how about next one? Will people be more productive if we give them daylight? Yeah, at least we believe so, right? Although I believe if we double your pay will get you more productive. Daylight will be another initiatives to give you some like benefits for your productivity. Right? I personally believe because daylight can render your tasks better, can get your health better. It will produce more like productive environment for you. Okay. Is daylight available anytime, anywhere? No, because daylight is not available at night, right? So that's the only problem we have. Anywhere? Not really. Basement, sometimes no daylight. Or like North Pole, South Pole, half of the year, not half, maybe third of the year they don't have daylight. Or yeah, they have daylight coming from the sky, but they don't have sunlight. Or maybe not much daylight. I mean, I haven't been to North Pole. Have you guys been to North Pole like 3 months night? No, you don't have those experience. But daylight is not available anytime, anywhere. I wish they could be, but no, we don't have that. Right? Okay. Daylight has a low or negative, no maintenance need. Is that true? How many of them say no? How many of them? Do you want to do maintenance for daylight? You actually need it, maintenance. For example, those daylight devices, shades, blinds, especially the movable, they will run out of order sooner or later. You have to do the maintenance. Or even you don't have any movable parts, like just a window. You need to clean your window from time to time, right? That's how it's called maintenance. Or sometimes you have some like deterioration of the materials. Under the sunlight, exposed to sunlight, then you have to replace them. So we do have maintenance, but it's not like a huge maintenance. It's considered no maintenance, or sometimes it's considered medium maintenance, depends on your control devices and your materials you use, and also like your design. When you do the design, of course, you want to have the lowest maintenance needs over time. Okay, and then we will briefly talk about the case studies. Of course, I don't have the entire materials for you, so this is just an introduction to how many different daylighting projects we have. This one is called the Ranch Stack in Berlin. I did not visit this space purposely, but this space has been so famous over time. And there's just a lot of glasses. And this is a beautiful place. You see so many people visiting this place. This is like a, how to say, a school, well, types of the walk path, so they can walk, keep walking till the top one, and then they keep walk down. So this project is actually very attractive. If any one of you are interested, you can take a look. This is another a project out of campus. And this is a model. So they designed the area by integrating with the natural light. I mean, natural ventilation. They did all the natural lighting and the ventilation together. As supposed to. Yeah. And this one is the Goldsmith College designed the shade right here. And this window is facing south, I believe. And they have this kind of vertical shade for some purposes because they have a lot of computers. Shade. So they want to block the sunlight coming. Okay. This is another article about the obstacles of daylighting by Seth Rose. So 7 obstacles. So if you're interested to read this is not actually a project, but this is more like what kind of problems you will you have to overcome when you do daylighting, right? So this also be interesting. Museum space, how a museum can do daylighting without worrying about the UV light or anything. Yeah, that's a dream of all the musicians. So you can take a look. The devices to read the sunlight coming to your space. This is one of them is called the tubular daylighting device, which is available on the market. So you can actually buy one of these and do the job, of course. We have to punch holes on the roofs and the ceiling, which is not easy. If you're handy, you can do all of this by yourself. You probably can just spend the money for the tube or some materials, which is affordable. Or if you have to hire somebody, then you'll be a little bit costly for that. Way to do the dirty for like a space close to the roof. Can we get this tube like 100 feet long? Why? This tube is not very effective in transmission of the daylight. So over 20 feet, you won't get much than that. So this was supposed to be like very short distance. I was saying less than 10 feet would be ideal, or only 5 feet or 6 feet would be ideal. So if you have a space, for example, in your house, you have your a corridor inside the house on the top floor, in which you have a window above. You want to have some daylight coming through your corridor. That's an actual solution. It's just a close. Or if you have a bathroom in a window, you want to have some daylight coming through the bathroom for killing the bacteria or those kind of disinfection purposes. Yeah, you can also have this kind of tubular, which is available. Right? How about if you want to do like a longer distance, say I want to have daylight coming into my basement, but it's more than 100 feet long, then you don't use this tube. We use fibers like this. We have another equipment I will introduce to you in more details later. Daylighting and view through the window. Yeah. Whenever you do daylighting, you need to have the view. So this article talking about that. This is another museum. Look at those nice ceiling textures. They're actually diffusers. Above this will be daylight. Oh my god, I love this space, right? Because it makes me feel like so kind of like spacious, because you have a light ceiling, so spacious and so stimulating because they're not like flat, like kind of curved. And you have the shadows, contrast, everything you need. So this is the very nice project in terms of the museum lighting using the daylight. I believe this project has been like famous for a long time. Right? And this one is like the museum, another museum, and they use daylight coming to the space, but they integrate the daylight design with the architecture itself. So this is really like how to say unique space, right? Another one is a guide to the daylight success. So this is more like a design guidance. So if you are interested, you can also take a look at this. Daylighting evolves. How daylighting evolves over time. In the old days, when we don't have electrolyte, when we don't even have electricity, we use daylight all the time, right? Because otherwise, you have to use the candles. That's also artificial made. So daylighting evolves all the time. I will say this is not the latest technology, right? I personally don't like this kind of like diffusers inside, because I thought, no, you should have a better idea. That's really not nice looking, but they design it like that, right? So if you're interested, you can take a look. Daylight savings. This is another project. Shows you how can you save some energy by using daylight harvesting technologies. Right? Another project is like also inside a parking space. They have a lot of like skylights on the roof. How they design the skylights is integration with electrolytes and for the benefit of the space. You can also take a look if you're interested. I think that's it. Right. I do have some bad examples of daylighting, but not included in these good examples. Cool. I will show you at least one or two bad examples of daylighting. One of them are actually very famous. I just saw that building like last time when I went to London, because that's a very famous failure of daylighting design by a famous architect, which made him very upset. I will talk about that by example later, because I believe it's covered in chapter 2. They got some big, huge troubles because of the kind of comparing process. Yeah. So I think that that's the lecture for today. If you have any questions for me, no, then you guys ask me. And then the next class, since you finish our lecture, where you guys have the opportunities to prepare those materials and then come to talk in front of the class. I mean, each one of you can take a few minutes.